I'm going to be showing you a real sales call where I sell somebody for $7,500. I'm selling a done-for-you package where I script his ads, I edit his ads, I launch his ads and teach him how to run the ads. I hire him a virtual assistant and I build out all of his automations, including email automations, text automations, and even his funnels. For anybody that doesn't know me, I have a staffing agency and I help people get virtual assistants. In this call that I had with this guy, I saw an opportunity to upsell him from not only a virtual assistant, but also all of the other things that I just mentioned. You'll see here that I have a lot of testimonials of people that I've helped build out recruitment agencies and scale past $10,000, even $50,000 a month. I've been featured on Yahoo Finance, Investors Observer, Market Watch, Morningstar. Someone I just started working with got their first client. This was yesterday. You can see I've traveled the world, seen volcanoes, done ATV rides and waterfalls, and stayed in different places and seen animals and stuff like that. Got my dream car. For anybody that's looking to work directly with me, only $37 a month. You join my school community, you get 9 of my courses. You get to jump on calls with me every single week. That's at school.com/GHR. I won't jump too much into that, but it helps you with running ads, how to hire virtual assistants, tracking KPIs, building out automations and all that stuff. So the guy that I'm talking to on this call has a marketing agency. He works mostly with Spanish speakers. He works with restaurant owners and mostly gets clients through word of mouth. Okay. And the goal was to help him get a VA. But like I said, I saw the opportunity to sell him my highest tier package for $7,500. At the end of the call, I don't take his card information. And I know that some of you guys might be skeptical, so I have no problem if you comment down below proof. I'll send you some of the ads that we made for him, which obviously we've only done that if he actually paid. If you want my recruitment/staffing agency course, I'll give it to you for free if you comment down below. Please send me the course. And in this course, I'll show you how to get leads, how to turn them into clients, and service them with virtual assistants and other upsells. If you're planning on starting any business, any online business, there's only a few CRMs you could use: Zoho, HubSpot, and Go High Level. HubSpot's like over $500 a month. It's insane. It could eventually be over $1,000 a month depending on how much you use it. Zoho is extremely ugly, hard to use, kind of clunky. Go High Level is the absolute best. If you go ahead and do research, you'll find that it's the absolute best. I'll actually give you access to my school community for free if you sign up for Go High Level using my link. It's only $97 a month. It has email automations, text automations, funnels, all that cool stuff. I'm not going to bore you with the details. I have other videos about that, but if you do sign up using the link down below, I'll be more than happy to give you access to my school community for free as long as you stay a member. If you already have Go High Level, but you decide to upgrade using my link, I'll also give you access for free. So let's jump into the call now. If you guys have any questions about this call, comment them down below. I'm using what's called gap selling to sell this guy. I'm finding out his actual needs. I'm actually hearing him out, and you can tell that he can tell that I actually care. And that's how I get pretty much all of my sales. So enjoy.
Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Good, good. Thanks for
Nice.
hopping in. I know you're probably a busy guy. Hopefully we can, help you out. Just let me know. What do you
Sure.
do? My name is Joseph, by the way, and pleasure to meet you. Let me know, what do you do for work and what are you needing?
Hi, Joseph. Nice to meet you today. So Joseph, I have a marketing agency. This marketing agency is focused on local businesses,
Gotcha.
mainly restaurants. We've been working on this niche during the last, I would say, 4 years. Before that, I was working on in another marketing agency, and I founded my own agency since the pandemic started.
Gotcha. Very nice. Okay.
Of
And then
our-
kind of walk me through that.
Yeah, the
So-
growth of our agency was based only on referrals. We've been growing slowly, but with a firm base.
Mm-hmm.
But we are right now on a stage that we need to scale, and for doing that, we need to create sales processes, sales system, and we don't have that in this moment. So I saw your ad on TikTok. I bought your $10 plan training.
Mhm.
I reviewed it, and I think you can help me with that. So I need to create a sales process system to consist on CRM setup, CRM, cold calling, funnels, all that part of the sales system.
Yeah, definitely.
At the same time, I'm working right now on the SPOs, the standard procedures to the for the fulfillment team. So how to set up campaigns and all of that.
Who else do you have working for you?
We have three different departments. We have a social media department. That department provides social media management for our clients. So it depends on what type of service our client needs. So we have a social media department that team is around 5 or 6 people, I think.
Are they local? Are they local or are they somewhere else?
No, they are outside of the States. One of them is here in the United States with me. The majority of our team is outside the United States. My department, that is the ads department, there are 4 people there, including myself.
And is that also outside of the United States?
Yes.
And where are they mostly? Like South America, Central America, or
South
Philippines?
America, South America. They are in Colombia, between Colombia and Argentina.
And how'd you find those people?
Different path by referral for other colleagues, people that I know in the past. My background is in communication from my home country. I'm from Venezuela.
Very nice.
And I know, I have my own network, and I found the people in that way. We have a small team of designers to work with us on the design needs for our clients too. So that's basically my agency in this point. So,
Gotcha.
but we don't have. If I understand that if we want to grow and we want to scale, we need to build a sales system. We don't have any of that. And I want to be honest with you. I'm talking with different coaches or agency that provide the same services that you are offering.
Sure.
And in the phase to compare what offers what each agency, So
Definitely.
to try to get what is more convenient for our business right now.
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. Okay. So you said you have is it 3 departments so far? I heard you have social media management, you have ads, and then what else? What was the third one?
So we have design department, we have a social media department, and advertising department.
Gotcha. How many are in the design department?
2 guys. They only have with the plain design, no animations, no anything, just
Gotcha.
like social media posters and stuff like that.
And how many clients do you have right now?
I will say four brands owns different line of businesses. So for example, one brand have different locations, around 5 locations. Another brand that that brand has around 6 locations. So I will say between our clients and the different locations, we have more than 20 clients right now. I guess so, yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And then, okay, how much are they paying you per month?
It depends. One group of clients only request for the advertising services, and the other for the whole package. So the range is between $1,500 to $2,500 per month.
So it's 4 companies that you're working with that are each paying you between the ranges of $1,500 to $2,500.
Yeah, there are more than 4 companies. So the 4 companies between those 4 companies, we have around 40% of our revenue, monthly revenue.
And are they paying you more than $2,500 since it's multiple locations, or no?
No, they have. I invoice them per location, depending what type of service they want per location.
Gotcha. And then outside of those 4 companies, how many other would you estimate that you have other clients?
Around 10 more.
So about 14, you'd say.
More than 20, actually, between all the locations that we have right now.
Gotcha. So, but you also mentioned that they might have different locations, but they still pay you one amount, right? So like they don't pay you anything more than $2,500, right? So I guess my main question is, how many clients do you have? Not locations, just strictly clients. So like if you have 4 companies, that have different locations, that's 4 clients. So would you say you have 14 clients, excluding locations?
Oh, I will say between 10 and 15 clients.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. And you're looking to scale, so that what that entails is you want to bring in more clients, you want better systems in place for selling people, you want to be able to possibly advertise and get way more clients that way, and have people that strictly focus on the leads that come in and try to convert those people.
Exactly.
Do you have anybody doing sales, or just yourself?
No. Regarding sales, I don't have anything on our agency. Nobody is in charge of that. I don't have anybody responsible for sales. So, as you said, I need build funnels, get some leads, one person responsible to nurture those leads, cold calling, etc. Maybe I can work with that team building the offer. So I know very, very well what this niche, what they need, what they are looking for. We can diversify the type of services. As I mentioned before, we offer advertising, social media, Google My Business management. So in that range, we have low ticket services and high ticket services.
So there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So you have, okay, this makes sense. So what is it about what you have going on right now in your business that's making you want to take action right now? Like, what's the difference between taking action now and like months from now? Why is it now?
I've been in the same point for a while. I will say in the last year and a half. And I think we are ready to take another step further in our agency.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Well,
do you have any partners? Or is it just you?
It's just me, but I have a partner too in the business.
Okay. So is that somebody that should maybe get on the call as well, or are you the decision maker, or what does that look like?
I can discuss with him to take the decision. Yeah. But it
Gotcha.
might be the call or not, but yeah.
Okay. 1 second. Who have you spoken to so far? You mentioned you're speaking to other companies. You're trying to figure out what's best.
That's other important point that I want to be completely transparent with you in this conversation. Right. So I've been paying a ton of money on coaching, trainings, and different programs. They usually deliver hours and hours of classes, video recordings, thousands of templates. And when you are in my position that you have to, stay in front of your business, but at the same time start working to scale the business, it's difficult to dedicate time to see those trainings, etc. So what I'm looking right now is action. So that I don't have time to see 3, 10, 15 hours of video and try to implement that by myself. That's not working for me. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for help. So that tell me, this is the step 1. You need to implement a funnel. This is the platform that you need to use. This is how you hire a calling person. This is how you hire a person that nurtures the leads, and so on. That's my main. That's my main. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Makes sense, yeah. And there's a lot of companies that charge a lot of money for recorded trainings and templates, like you're saying, like, hey, go do this yourself. This is everything you need. Yeah. I've personally paid for tons of mentorship and coaching programs that are just like you said. I've invested in scaling with systems. I've invested in elite CEOs. Both programs over $10,000.
Yeah, that's what they usually charge. More than
right, and it's yeah. So we don't charge that much, and we're basically a hybrid, but more so done for you, right? We're mostly done for you. So the way that it works, before I really get into that, I just want to make sure I'm fully clear on everything. But I think you'll like what we have to say. So it makes sense. You've invested a lot in coaching, and right now I think your main focus is like, listen, I need actionable steps. I need things to happen. I don't want it to all be reliant on me because you're growing a business, right? question I wanted to ask is how come you're not running ads right now? You know, if you guys are an agency and you have an ads department, what is it that's held you back from running ads for your own agency?
Uh, I will say that I'm not prepared to deal with those leads. You know, so probably that's a very good question. So maybe I need to set a part of the everyday task in my agency, like dealing with my team and dealing with the everyday tasks and the requirement from our clients. But that's the point that I'm right now. I want to stay back of those processes. I think my team is more than ready to deal and manage with our current clients and to put myself in a position to work in what you said, running advertising, building the offer, try to build different funnels, something like that. So, but I need help in building specifically a sales system, an effective sales system, sales team, because my goal for the next 5 months at the end of the year is try to scale the agency, get I wouldn't say like a 50% more, but that's my goal, my midterm goal. But yeah, at the end of the year, see that I have our agency is on a different level.
Where are you guys advertising for your clients? Facebook or TikTok?
We advertise on Facebook, Instagram ads, recently TikTok ads, Google ads, YouTube ads.
And then what is your optimization event that you're looking to hit? What's the main thing? Is it just views, engagement, or are you trying to get leads, or what does that look like?
For local businesses, there are two main objectives. It's different when you are running ads for coaching or for another type of business. Here, local businesses, restaurants, for example, they usually work with two different campaigns: awareness of reach campaigns. Drive sales online, you know, people ordering online, food online, or store visits. There are certain type of campaigns which allows you to track how many people go to that local store after interacting or engaging with your ad. So,
and you guys are very confident with that type
absolutely confident. Yeah, absolutely confident. We see huge and good results. So to give you an idea, we've been working with the same clients more than 2 years. So we have a long time relationship with and that's the other point. That's why I want to scale right now, because we have a healthy relationship with our current clients. That's why we want to. So I think we are ready. We have case studies. We have a good result with our clients. We have a ton of information, case studies to show to prospects in order to establish a relationship with us.
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny because you're doing the opposite of what most people do. A lot of people, they build up their sales, their ads, their this, their that, but they don't build up the fulfillment. And then they build up the fulfillment later, and then everything falls apart because they don't have the structures in place. So you've done it the proper way. You built up the fulfillment, you built up the case studies, you had referrals. Now, I think you're more prepared than ever to be able to go out there, start some advertisements, start the funnels, build up the systems, right? Have some appointment setters and things like that. So you're in a very good place. How much are you paying the virtual assistants that you have doing these different departments? What's the average rate?
It depends on the position. So the range is between 500 to 1,500
a month.
A month, yeah. It depends on the responsibilities and the amount of stuff that they want to do in the.
So is it like a salary or is it hourly?
I would say like a salary.
So you'll just pay them base no matter what, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I don't know if that's the correct way, but that's how we.
No, if it's been working, it's been working. Yeah. How long have you had these virtual assistants?
More than a year. I would say more. Some people have with us like more than year and a half, 2 years.
A year and a half.
Yeah. Others 6 months. So between 6 months and 2 years.
Gotcha. And do they speak English and Spanish, or do they just speak Spanish, or what does that look like?
Some of them are more professing in English and Spanish, but yeah, the majority are comfortable with the English language.
When that makes sense. So do your clients speak directly to these people, or they only speak to you?
At the moment, they speak to me and my partner. But my goal is, after starting this process that we are discussing right now, so I have a person that I will designate as a client management, and clients will talk with this person in the near future.
Gotcha, makes sense.
I'm training her. It's a girl. I'm training her to deal with the clients when I set apart to work on the agency sales funnel.
Nice. And is she local, you're saying, or is she?
No, she's outside the United States.
An English proficient?
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice. What is your relationship with your partner? Is it a 50-50 relationship, or does one of you own the business a little bit more?
A 50-50.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, I mean, I'd love to break down kind of what we do and what we build out and see if it makes sense for us to, possibly work together. First thing I do want to say is I'm definitely confident that we surpass a lot of the other companies out there. You can take a look at Conversionly, Scaling with Systems, Elite CEOs. These are some of the top ones that you've probably heard of.
Conversionly is one I haven't reached out to them, but that's one of the options that I have in my mind.
Yeah, they charge nearly $14,000, just so you know. And they might have increased their prices since then. So I'm going to break down what we do.
Okay.
Let me just share my screen here, if that's cool. Just switch accounts. So you have a good amount of people working for you now. So I can't say that you'd be a novice to the idea of bringing in virtual assistants to work on kind of the sales side of things, doing appointment setting and things like that, right?
Yes. So yes, that I'm excited for that, because I will say, almost zero experience on that part of the marketing business, on the sales business. So,
and maybe even with the marketing, you guys are more familiar with getting building up awareness for restaurants and like actual brick and mortar businesses, but maybe you're just less familiar with like the online space and the way to do online sales, right? And get people on the phone, have appointment setters and CRMs and things like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So first thing that we do build out, I know that you were interested in the course. So if you're interested in the course, you'd be interested in this. We build out your CRM for you. We have a comprehensive CRM program. We put together a bunch of workflows. So with pretty much any business that you're going to be taking calls and trying to sell your services, you're going to need something similar to this, right? So you'll need some sort of main nurture SMS and voicemail campaign for your clients, potential clients that you want to try to sell to, as well as email drip campaigns. You might want to also reach out to local businesses. So we call this the cold lead quick fishing. We show you how to send out voicemails to thousands of businesses, whether that's locally or wherever you are. So you mentioned local businesses. Are you only working with businesses that are near you, physically near you, or you can work all throughout the United States?
Yeah. When I say local businesses, I'm referring to businesses that depend
like brick and mortar.
On foot traffic. People going
Gotcha.
to restaurants.
Makes sense.
But actually, we have a couple of clients in Texas. We have a couple of clients in California, and our main clients are in South Florida.
Where are you located?
Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Yeah.
My father's in Florida right now at Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he lives here in New York with
Look at him.
Yeah, he's living it up.
While we are working right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Come on, you couldn't take me. But yeah, man. So these are everything that I'm showing you here. These are all essential if you're looking to build up something really strong, like a really good foundation with automations. This is a no-brainer. All of your old leads, because what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of leads on a daily basis. You're not going to be able to sell all of them. Okay. Some of them are going to say, hey, I'm not ready right now. Or some of them are not even going to book a call with you. So this is a way to bring back, I mean, I've made thousands and thousands of dollars using this one campaign alone. So what this does is pretty much reactivate any old leads that could potentially still be interested, but they forgot about you, right?
Mhm.
And then we've got the past client nurture. Any clients that we've already worked with, all the clients that you've already worked with, this is so you could send out emails to them and SMS to try to get more referrals, right? This is a great way to make another set of thousands of dollars. You said you've kind of built your business on referrals. So this is how you can get even more, right? Do you have any email campaigns or text campaigns or anything like that?
No, for our
No.
agency, no.
Gotcha. How do you communicate mostly with all your clients?
Um, emails, in-person meetings, phone calls,
Hmm.
and
Zoom calls, things like that.
Zoom calls, yeah,
Yeah.
Google Meets calls, yeah.
Gotcha. Is it more of like you set things up and then you just leave it and then just send them updates? Or is it something where you're kind of having meetings with them every single week?
Mm, mostly it is a monthly report. So
Monthly report.
I meet with them to see the results for the past month and to discuss what will be the next month, what will be the strategies to implement in
Yeah.
the next month.
So I know it's dependent on the business, but what's the general range for what people are spending on their advertising?
For our clients spend around $3,000 to $5,000. So we usually work with mid-sized restaurants.
Right.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
we
Okay.
don't work with the
You don't go
food
for the big
truck.
ones.
Yeah, no food trucks, no small restaurants, no restaurants that start in a starting point. No, we work with restaurants that are mid-sized, consolidated. We can work also with small restaurants. It depends on the type of restaurant, but that's the
Gotcha.
profile of our clients right now.
Gotcha. Is it mostly restaurants or are you working with like clothing shops and things like that too?
Mostly restaurants, but we have a client. This client has 5 locations. It's an indoor park, like arcade games. They have trampolines, all these type of
Mm,
attractions, and
like a fun warehouse type thing.
yeah, something like that. And they depend on foot traffic. So
Makes sense.
that's another of our clients, and I will say that would be a type of client that we can reach in the future.
So in the future, so you would wanna mostly focus on restaurants because that's what you're the most confident with, and then
Yeah, that's
eventually you'd want to kind of move on to the, maybe arcade and games type of thing,
yes.
like outdoor, indoor activities type of thing.
Yeah, because my knowledge, my experience is based on those in that niche.
Makes
That's
sense. Yeah.
why I don't have any experience with e-commerce, so that's not a niche that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
No, at the moment.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll definitely help you out with that. The whole sales process, it's going to require booked calls, right? It's going to require getting on phone calls with people, explaining to them your exact process. So we're going to need to kind of understand your offer. And
Mhm.
then what's good about what we do as well is we try our best to see if there's any way that we can make our offer more clear, and then as well try to increase the pricing, right? So right now you're 1,500 to 2,500. Maybe we could try to lock it in at like 2,500 minimum and work with like 2,500 to 3,500. This is
Okay.
something we could try and play with. It seems like you guys have been comfortable with that 1,500 to 2,500 range. You have a big team, so you can definitely handle lots more volume at a lower rate. So that's fine. But if we could try to increase the price, that's something that we'll try to work on as well, right?
Cool.
So booked call reminders as well as in-person appointment reminders, it's essential, right? Because the main thing here is that you don't want people to forget about the call. Just like
Mhm.
with the call, that you had with us, those were automations that you were receiving from my assistant's phone number and then automations you received from my phone number. These are automations that you need to have in place so that people don't forget. Because if someone forgets, they don't show up, they feel embarrassed, they never talk to you again because they
Mhm.
feel embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
want to avoid that. So
Mhm.
we also have systems in place to where if they cancel the call or if they don't show up to the call, they'll receive even more emails and texts saying, hey, would you like to reschedule? Things like that, right? And then once you're running advertisements, depending on the type of business that we're working with, we also build you out a customized Facebook, Google, TikTok ad inbound leads workflow to where right when someone comes in, they immediately receive a text, right? Just like when you were interested in purchasing my course, you likely got some sort of text from us. And then if they don't reply, they get another text saying like, hey, just reminding you about our text, things like that. So this sets us apart from a lot of businesses. Like for instance, scaling with systems is not doing things like this. Conversionly is doing something similar to this, but they don't have it as intricate as this. I'm not sure why, but they just don't. They're really good with having an appointment setter do things for you, but they're not really good with like their automations and setting a lot of these things in place. We do both of those things. We'll set your appointment setter up and we'll help you understand what the SOPs should look like and what the KPI should look like. And then we also build out all of these workflows so that people are immediately getting touch base with. And over time, if they don't reply, we have different things that happen, right? So if they don't reply over time, they eventually end up in the old lead revival campaign where they're going to receive voicemails. And no matter what, they're also going to end up in the nurture email drip campaign as well, right? So our goal is going to be to set up the CRM as best as possible. We're going to get on calls with you and show you exactly how we use it. That's what sets us apart from other businesses. If there's any other CRM business out there, what they tend to do is they build out the course for you, they build out the CRM for you, and then they give you a course. They give you recorded material for you to go through by yourself. We, of course, provide recorded material, but we get on calls with you, right? Because we explain all this to you. We show you how to use the different things. And then we move on to finding you a virtual assistant that's going to handle these things, right? That's going to handle the inbound. We write out the SOPs for you. We get them trained on Go High Level. I'm not going to say that we make sure they know the ins and outs. It's a very complex system. For us to train them on everything could take a very long time. Our goal is to get you somebody really fast that can immediately start working in your business and learn from experience. But at least they'll have general knowledge to understand the system and get started, right? And then over time, they'll learn all the intricacies. Third thing that we do, we call this the trifecta. I'm sure you saw in our ad. The trifecta, you have the CRM, you have the virtual assistant, and then we have the advertisements, or at least a predictable way of getting leads. So you guys are very familiar with ads. So what we would do is we would guide you throughout 30 days and show you how we're building out the ad campaigns to be more geared towards an online business, right? Because you guys are very familiar with how to run ads for advertisements, for restaurants, and that's a completely different ball game. We're going to show you how we do this aspect of things, and I'm sure you'll be able to learn very quickly because of the experience that you guys have. So we're going to hold your hand through the process. Let me break down exactly what that looks like. We're going to actually script the ads for you, right, to make them very compelling. We're going to edit the ads for you once you record the video. And let me just quickly show you what one of our ads looks like. And this is what we would try to get yours to look like. I mean, you've seen a lot of these ads that we put out there. I want you to see this, though, here. So watch. You'll see a bunch of things, effects that are moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you another one that we got over 600,000 views. Right here, 624,000 views.
Okay. So
I'm gonna actually stop sharing. I want you to be able to hear this. So I'm gonna stop presenting and I'm gonna share the tab so that you can hear it. So this is the type of ad that we would create for you.
Operating your business for you for 20 bucks a week. I'm in this Sprinter van right now on a Friday, about to go have a good time, and at the same time, I have virtual assistants running my business. You could do it too for $20 a week by hiring someone for $2 an hour, just 10 hours a week, and imagine what you can do with those extra 10 hours. And then from there, you could scale up, give them more hours, hire more assistants, and it might all sound scary and like something you don't have time for or something you can't do, but trust me, I'm gonna streamline the process for you, show you just how easy it is. You don't have to pay other companies $2,000 to $3,000 to hire someone for you and charge you.
So the main thing here that I want you to understand is we took 5 videos back to back, and then we tested all these videos, and we understand the process of creating a bunch of videos with different types of hooks and testing them against each other, turning off the ones that aren't working and scaling up the ones that are working. And that's part of what we're going to do for you. We're going to actually script out 3 of your first videos with all different types of hooks, explaining your exact process, not exact process, but generalizing your process so that people can easily grasp it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have a call to action. We're going to help you with figuring out some sort of lead magnet. Okay. Help you with figuring out some sort of lead magnet, which could be a quick course, or it could be like a VSL that you call a crash course, or it could be some sort of community that you create. So there's all these different avenues, and these are all things that we'll discuss on a call. This is not something that Conversionly is going to do with you, or scaling with systems, right? So we do all of that with you. We brainstorm all these things. We build out your funnel, right, to test. And then we're also going to script your VSL. You're going to need to create some sort of VSL, video sales letter, that when people do first opt in, they're going to understand exactly what the process is. So the ad is going to be like a minute or less. So it could be like 30 seconds to a minute. The VSL is going to need to be anywhere from 3 to about 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to script that out for you as well. So you're going to need to create a VSL that we're going to put on the funnel. We're going to create the opt-in page for you. We're going to script the ads for you and get them edited to make them look really compelling like this. Okay. And we show you how to easily make these videos, right? We show you using different apps like teleprompter apps that we personally use, so that it'll be easier for you to take these videos, even if you're not comfortable in front of a camera. Okay. And then we'll test that out. And then we'll continue to just see what's working, turning off the ones that aren't working, scaling up the ones that are working. We'll test out different things with the funnels. And then overall, just make sure that you fully understand the entire process, because our goal is not for you to rely on us. That's the last thing that we want. We're not an agency, right? Like you guys are. We are teaching people how to do this so that they can have this as an asset going forward, right? We want to build the skills into you and what you're doing for your business, so that you could take this for years to come and be able to continue to scale it out. Okay. And as long as you understand some of the key principles we're going to break down for you on our calls, you'll be able to do this forever. It's a 90-day program. Okay. And our goal is to get you at least 50% more revenue. Okay. And if we can't achieve that additional 50% revenue within those 90 days, we'll continue to work with you for free until we can.
Okay.
Okay. And that's a guarantee that we have in place. So let me just.
So do you think it would be useful for you once we start working on this to know our competitors? So there are 2 or 3 agencies that work in the same niche as we work. They are doing very well. So maybe it would be useful in that point to take a look of what are they doing and what we can do in front of that. Absolutely.
And one of our main goals, and a lot of people get this confused, and I personally got this confused when I started. You definitely want to do market research, but someone who's had funnels and ads running for the past 5 years, things might look really neat, really clean, very, dialed in. What we're going to build out, it's going to be quick. It's going to look nice for sure. It's going to be quick though, because the main goal, like what I've realized is I've built out websites that I've scrapped over and over again. So there's some websites where I took like 3 months to build, and then I just got rid of it within like 2 weeks because I was like, oh, this is not working. Right. So the goal is to test things very quickly, see what's working very fast. And then when you see things are working, you build off of that. Right. A lot of people get that reversed, right? Like you had the thing, right, where you're building up the fulfillment, and then now you're doing the sales, which is a great way to do things. What a lot of people do is they spend so much time on their logo, they spend so much time on their website, they spend so much time on the ads, they think too hard, they take weeks and months and they procrastinate. We don't want any of that. So we're going to be taking actionable steps and pointing you in the right direction to make sure that we're getting you the results that you want. Okay.
Okay.
So does all of this sound good to you? This is basically the 3 phases. This is the trifecta. We build this stuff out for you and work with you. It's a hybrid because we are getting on calls with you and helping you understand all these things. To a degree, you're going to need to understand how to manage your appointment setter. We're going to train you on these things, but you need to know how to manage your appointment setter, because we can't be there to manage them for you forever. Right. So you're going to need to understand that whole aspect of things. Do you think that this is something that would help you?
Yeah, definitely. It will help me. But could you go back to your where you have all the automations to ask you a specific question?
Okay. 1 second.
No problem. So let's say that the question, there are here, I see like more 5. There are 5 different automations here, right?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. Let's say that you recommend to me like build this automation first. Could you help me with that in the sense that this is the step 1, this is that you need to do, this is how you set up the integration between Active Campaign and I don't know, and email marketing, stuff like that. That's my main, like I need practical and executable steps to build that automation.
100%. And this is the thing, we all, everything you're seeing here, we build it for you.
Okay.
We build all this for you, and we customize it to your business. Now, am I going to say that it's going to be perfect and exactly what you need? Like, a lot of it will be really good, but you're going to need to tweak some of it to fit your language. You know, no one's going to know your business as good as you do. So we're going to build all these things out as a very good general basis for what you need. And we're even going to script out your voicemails for you. We're going to script out the voicemails that go out. Hey, this is Johan just reaching out. I know that we spoke in the past and blah, blah, blah. We'll type that out for you. And then you'll just record the voicemails. And then we'll together put them in. And then same thing for all this. Yeah, we're building all this out. But you, of course, are going to need to know how to build the workflows. So that's part of what we discuss on the calls. Because if in the future you're testing a new ad campaign and you need the automations to say something different now, you're going to need to go in there and do that, or you're going to need to go and have your VA do it, which means you're still going to need to understand it to some degree. So we definitely help you understand all of that.
Okay, and you recommend build first the automation before hiring a virtual assistant?
Say that first part of the question again.
So do you recommend first build these automations before hiring a virtual assistant?
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't want them to come in with nothing to do, right? You want them to start immediately with like things to do. So we're likely going to want to, first off, build out the automations, help you understand it, build out the ads, okay, help you understand it, start getting leads in. You're going to be talking to the leads, or whoever you're hiring is going to be talking to the leads, but it's going to be very quick. Right when we start the ads, we're immediately going to start the VA hiring process. Okay, and then within 7 business days, we'll find you somebody to be doing this part of the business for you. Okay. Speaking to the leads and booking you calls. Speaking to the leads, qualifying them, booking you calls. Okay,
cool.
And the goal is, ultimately, of course, is to get your cost per lead as low as possible, your cost per acquisition as low as possible. And when you understand all of these things, it's going to help you better understand everything that you need to know about your business. You might eventually realize like you have no choice but to raise your prices, because the only predictable way to scale is with advertising. Okay, you can't really predictably scale with referrals, because referrals are kind of random. And maybe nobody will give you referrals for an entire year. Who knows? So with advertising, we're going to help you understand what numbers are important, right? So it's going to be the cost per booked call, right? It's going to be the cost, the number of booked calls to close ratio, the number of live calls, meaning they actually showed up, to closed ratio, right? Or percentage there. And these are all things you're going to need to understand, and we'll help you throughout that whole process. As we're going through all of this, we're having calls. 90-day program, we're having weekly calls. Every single week, you have direct calls with me. Okay. So I'd love to, kind of go through any questions you might have as well, if there's anything else you have left.
No.
Gotcha.
So your plan includes the 3 different stages: automations, hiring a virtual assistant, and the advertising, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And I definitely encourage, you mentioned you're talking to other people. I definitely encourage you go out and do that. When I was starting with this business, I spoke to a lot. I think within 3 months, we spent over $30,000 on coaching. And we did do elite CEOs. We did do scaling with systems. We did a portion of Conversionly, and we learned a lot. And we also learned what not to do, right? We learned what to do and what not to do. Mm-hmm. And we quickly also learned that a lot of these companies are overcharging, like significantly, because there's no one else out there like them that are doing it for a cheaper price.
Exactly.
Now, I didn't get this idea from them. I was already building a virtual assistant business, and I already was building out CRMs and stuff, because once I started hiring virtual assistants for people, I realized that a lot of the time, if they're getting lots of leads, they don't even have a CRM. They have like spreadsheets. So the VA is like lost. I don't know. Everything's so disorganized. So I was like, listen, my clients definitely need CRMs. So I started building that out. And then I realized like some of these clients don't really have many leads. They have mostly referrals. So it was a no-brainer. If I'm running ads for my business, why would I not help them with running ads for their business? So that's all stuff that we work on, right? And when you're getting videos to the type of quality that we're creating, and you're able to put out, like one of the programs that we're in as well, look up Maxwell Finn. He worked directly with, Alex Hormozy?
Yes, of course.
So he worked directly with Alex Hormozy's marketing team. He worked directly with Alpha Brain, which is Joe Rogan's a part owner in Alpha Brain. Mm-hmm. So that's one of my mentors for TikTok ads for exactly my business. So that's part of what we're teaching you. We're teaching you how you can scale up your ads and get consistent leads every single day. And it can be a little bit complex because, maybe with restaurants, you're able to keep ads up for a long time. With TikTok, you have to keep duplicating, right? And TikTok is by far the cheapest. If you haven't discovered that already, it's like Facebook in 2016. It's the cheapest. So it's really the best platform. And especially for a marketing agency like yourself, making video advertisements is a non-negotiable. That's something you have to do. That's a requirement. Because if you're only doing a bunch of photos, advertisements, first off, your cost per lead is going to be way higher. Your cost per book call is going to be way higher. Your cost per acquisition, which is the most important thing, is going to be extremely high, right? And then that $1,500, $2,500 you're charging, unfortunately, that can become more difficult. They're basically paying you what you're paying to acquire the customer. Of course, a lot of them will stay, but you'll soon realize that when you're running advertisements, although you might have good results for people, you're going to be dealing with so many more people than you've ever dealt with before, because it's very different having referrals versus getting people from cold traffic, right? Interruption marketing. So you might have a little bit of a churn here and there, and that's perfectly normal, but some clients will stay, and that's what's the most important. So overall, in turn, we need to lower that cost per acquisition. So I'd love to kind of break down the pricing and see if it's something that makes sense for you.
Okay.
If that's cool. Okay. So like I said, you've got scaling with systems. You've got elite CEOs. Elite CEOs charges $16,000. Conversion lead charges $13,000. And then scaling with systems charges, I think, like 14 and change. Okay. We charge everyday price $8,500. Okay. Anybody that takes action with us within the day of when we have our conversation, we extend an incentive-based pricing, which is $7,500. Okay. So you're able to get all three of these things, the entire trifecta, for $7,500, which is significantly cheaper than all of our competitors. You're saving north of $5,000. And on top of that, you're getting way more direct attention with me. Okay. Of course, you'll also have calls with Nico, who helps with building out the CRMs. Of course, you'll have calls with Christine, who helps you with the virtual assistants, and other members of our team that's going to help you throughout the process. But your main direct point of contact will be me.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So this pricing, that's the $7,500 is for the 3-month training.
Correct.
Okay.
And our goal is to increase your revenue by 50%. And if we can achieve that within the 3 months, then we'll continue to work with you for free until we can. And a lot of the time we do achieve 2x, because people that haven't been doing any sort of advertising and haven't been generating leads consistently, typically it's a massive difference in their business. And if they have case studies and testimonials and things, it makes it so much easier to sell these clients. So yeah, typically we're seeing 2x or more, but we like to say 50%.
How much usually do you recommend to spend on advertising?
Usually I'd say at least 100 per day is a great place to start. But once you can start to get a lot of leads and close a couple of deals here and there, I'd like to see that increase. Because if you're seeing that it's working, there's no reason to not put more money into it, especially if you have your fulfillment dialed in.
Okay.
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 So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is something you want to get started with today, possibly? And I know you got to speak to your partner.
Yeah, but, how much time do I have to speak with my partner and take advantage of the offer, the $7,500?
Yeah, so it's really going to depend on, when's a good time that you think that you'll be able to speak with him? When is it likely that you'll have already spoken to him?
Today.
Gotcha. Like around what time do you think?
Like an hour.
Gotcha. So yeah, if we could just have a follow-up call. I have calls up until 5:15. If we could schedule a call for maybe 5:30.
Okay.
A follow-up call to see if we could take action, or even sooner. What I could do is send you an invoice, and if you decide, like if your partner gives you a thumbs up, and you want to just move forward, you'll be able to just pay the invoice even before then, and we can shoot you a text and just schedule the first onboarding call, which could be on Monday, right?
Okay.
So yeah, speak to him. Does he understand what you've been doing? Does he know that you've been going out and speaking to different places? Yeah. And he's completely cool with this?
Yes, completely cool.
Gotcha.
He support all this plan, so it will be easy for me.
All right, great. So 5:30 p.m. you think is a good time for us to speak if you don't take action before that?
Yes.
All right. So we'll speak at 5:30. I'll put that on the calendar, and I'm going to send you an invoice. Again, if at any point you think it makes sense for you to just move forward immediately, we could just schedule the onboarding call. You'll lock in that $7,500 price. The invoice will expire by, or I think just after 5:30. So if we're going to schedule this for 5:30, around 6:30 is when it's going to expire. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So I'm looking forward to speaking with you at 5:30. Do you have any questions before I let you off?
No, everything is clear. I really appreciate all your time explanation. It's been wonderful. Thank you for
Amazing. I
that.
love it.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
No problem. All right. Let's talk it. Hopefully we can get you started today, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
All right,
Joseph.
man.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. No problem.